All right, we're live Wednesday, July 13th, 2022. What's going on? Appreciate y'all coming out. We are at Tin Roof in the Vista in downtown Columbia. I see a lot of familiar faces. We got a pretty good crowd out right now. Love to see that. Love to see that. We got my boy Chico working behind the bar. We got the usuals working behind the bar. Who knows what type of Wednesday night it might be, my guy. You never know. You just never know. But appreciate y'all coming out. We got a lot to get into, a lot to discuss. Again, really excited to be here. And in case y'all did not know, I did not even mention this on social media or anywhere else. This week, I don't know if it's necessarily to the date, but this week is the 1-year anniversary of the first Tin Roof show we did. So like this week last year was the debut of these live shows at Tin Roof. So pretty crazy when you think time flies when you're having fun. Again, I appreciate Corey and all the boys for having me out and giving me the opportunity. And again, excited to talk Gamecocks. And we're really getting in the heat of things. We got SEC Media Days next week. I just saw on the TV Big 12 Media Days is going on. I guess that shows how insignificant the Big 12 is because I didn't even know that was happening. Like, when did that start? Today? Today. Okay, well, I had no clue that was going on. I've heard more about Live Golf this week, I think, than I've heard about Big 12 Media Days. So that kind of tells you the significance of the Big 12, what they're doing, how they're operating. Those tuned in digitally, by the way, we are streaming this live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. I see our guy Brendan, Brian, Travi, Luke, RJ, Connor McCormish, Andy Cohn. Let's see. A lot of familiar faces in the live chat as well. Again, appreciate y'all coming out. Like I said, we are right in the heat of things talking South Carolina football. This week we've been breaking down the 2022 Gamecocks football team. Monday we talked offense. Today's show we talked defense. And then Friday on the podcast we'll talk special teams. As I'm sure you're all familiar, there has been no Daily Crow today, tomorrow, or Friday. So we're really using this as a time and opportunity. You can get your questions in, questions, comments, and calls. We've got the phone lines hooked up. Phone lines are open, 843-790-3377. If you want to try your luck on the TSUS phone lines and have all of Tin Roof critique your phone call. And have some of the TDC Hall of Fame callers critique your calls. Because I've had people call me that don't really tune in the Daily Crow like that, just some buddies of mine. They're like, they'll call me. I had somebody call me last night. Man, that guy was really rambling on your live show today. And I'm not going to say who it was. Not going to say who it was. Or they'll say, that woman, she calls in every day. Not going to say who it is. I think we can all guess. But either way. I'm not going to call any names. Not going to say anything. Not going to say anything. We got Coach Robbie Davis in the building. Uncle Boudreaux's in the building. Dalton's in the building. Coach Davis in the building. My guy Hayden in the building. What's up, Hayden? Appreciate you coming out. Yeah, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. Really, really good stuff. Spencer Rattler confirmed top 5 QB by PFF, right? Yeah. Well, our guy Anthony Treesh had him. Yeah. Yeah. So stats and lists, I should say, rankings, all that good stuff that are undeniable fact, that we take as fact, that we take as gold. Big Game Boomer and Anthony Treesh. Those two lists, that they've never gotten a list wrong, undeniably correct, for sure. Also, Jamie Shaw, I'm now making his word golden because he says Gigi Jackson's going to be a Gamecock. You know what? Right. You know what? His word is gold. His word is gold. So, yeah, he really did. He really did. He really did. It's like, why would you say all that he said? He really went out on a limb early, right? Like, that was going out on a limb. So, yeah, the only one brave enough to report it, for sure. The only one brave enough to report it. Anyways, appreciate y'all coming out. I also do want to take a moment really, really quickly. Special shout out to, again, my guy Chico working behind the bar. He's been helping me out with some email marketing. A lot of you probably got emails this week from the Spurs Up show, from me, talking about merchandise. I promise we're not going to spam you too much, but we are going to push the merch before kickoff. So you need to get your merch. Load up on your merch. You see I'm rocking the merch. We got this exact shirt I'm wearing. Is it Todd Moore Sporting Goods now in Columbia, South Carolina? In case you missed it, they also re-upped their order. So it's crazy. We were sitting here a week ago. I was talking about how Todd Moore just put in their initial order of like 40 shirts, how exciting that was. They had such a positive reception. In case you missed me saying this literally today on social media, they had such a positive reception that they put in another order on Monday, and it was double the size of the first order. And they're getting koozies in their location as well. So The momentum with the merchandise is rolling, man. I appreciate all those that have gone by there, showed love. Obviously, they've had a ton of people come in the store, buy the merch, ask for bigger sizes. They only got up to an extra large the first time, which I was like, I think you should probably get some bigger sizes. Sure enough, they had people in there coming in there like, I need my 2X, 3X, whatever. So they ordered up to a 4X now, so you can get up to a 4X. And Todd Moore, garnet black and white of this. And I think that we will be getting a lot more merchandise in the store because I think the Beamer Rattler stuff's obviously going crazy. The Clem Sucks stuff is a no-brainer. Who knows? We might have some Hate Tennessee merch for my guy Dalton very soon. We need it. I've honestly thought about what would be a cool series of merch. I don't know if it'd be worth it, but it'd be funny and it'd be cool is to come out with like, you know how like there's beat shirts for every team, right? Like we do beat stickers, there's beat shirts too, but coming out for like a smack talk shirt for every week. Just like something specific, like for Georgia week, there's To Hell with Georgia. For Tennessee week, there'd be like a mustard bottle. For, you have Clem Sucks for Clemson week. For, I don't know, for Arkansas week, I don't know what you do. But you find like unique, funny things, and it's like a thing for each team. I don't know. I don't know if somebody really wants to rock a shirt but it would be well for the SEC teams because you can rock it like yearly, pretty much. All right, let's try to jump to the phone lines here. Let's try. Let's see. I think this is what's going on, man? How are you? That might have been spam. I don't know. North Carolina number. I have no idea if that was even a call or not. I just assumed it was. Either way, okay. 843-790-3377. That's the number. My guy, DGD, what's going on? Hey, on that note, my guy Corey was asking me before the show. Many others have asked me, too, about the SEC Unfiltered stuff. Great growth with SECU, man. I haven't announced anything because I've been in the midst of a move and my family stuff going on. Family's in town. We'll be going 1,000 miles an hour. Once I get settled, the SEC Unfiltered stuff, we're growing that, as I mentioned before, into a podcast network. We've already got a Georgia and a Vanderbilt show locked in. I got a Vandy show in for a Tennessee show. So, I mean, hey, love it. I love it. And my Vandy guys, I love those dudes. Billy Derrick, the Door Report, they do a great job. They're as passionate about Vandy football like as we are about Carolina football. Think about that. That's hard, right? They do a great job. I mean, they right. I mean, he's literally talking to me on the phone the other night. You know, I'm talking about the momentum we have. He's like, yeah, you know, we're really excited about Clark Lee. We really feel like he can get us to 6-6, to 7-5. Like they're just going 7-5 for them would be like winning the Super Bowl, like straight up. Which I mean, it's Vandy. I mean, what do you expect? If they could finish 5th in the East every year, that'd be like winning the Super Bowl, straight up. I mean, James Franklin was like winning championships there practically. Bro, would be incredible. And you know what? How dare I say it? Why can't Vandy go 6-6? It's Nashville. It's Nashville. Their stadium sucks. That's the problem. Their stadium sucks. Their fan base kind of stinks. They are. No offense to Vandy, but, I mean, when you got 90% opposing fans packing out your stadium for a game, it's not great how do you sell that in recruiting? You know what I mean? Like, right. By the way, my guy Dalton rocking the Newberry Wolves. Go Wolves tonight. Go Wolves. Rocking our guy CB90 on the headwear, I see. Love that. Supporting Gamecock creators. Cheers to it. Cheers to CB90. Cheers to Jeff. His merch is fire. Give credit where credit's due. The merch is fire. As someone that creates merch, I can admit the merch is fire. I need to get me one of his hats. Anyways, yeah. It's a fun time right now. We're full talking season mode. SEC Media Days is just around the corner, literally next week. I'm excited for it. I really am. Not just even – obviously I'm excited for Beamer, but just the entire week. It's just fun to hear what the coaches have to say. And, you know, everybody's going to go up there on the podium and say damn near the same thing about how everybody's in the best shape of their lives and we're poised to make a big run. This is the best team we've had since I've been here. This, that, whatever, but it's still, you know what I mean? It's what you need to get the juices going, and it's the official, unofficial kickoff to the football season. So what about Gigi Jackson? Yeah. Jamie Shaw, in case you missed this, I posted it on social media about an hour ago. Jamie Shaw coming out and saying, quote, "Today, as I continue to gather intel, I have raised my confidence level for Gigi Jackson to flip his commitment to South Carolina to 95%. If you say 95, you better be right. You better be right. First ever decommit from UNC. How is that possible? Like ever? Ever. In the history of ever. That's insane. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, it's Gamecock fans. I know everybody's on edge. Everybody's so tired of hearing about it. Everybody wants to know where he's going and get an official word. And I understand it. But I think they go from, well, first off, if you don't get Gigi, are there even expectations? I mean, are there any? I think it goes from no expectations to, I think you say postseason. I mean, just some form of postseason. Some form of, he's that, I mean, if he's that big of a player, then yeah. I mean, I would think so. I mean, I think it'd be, I mean, obviously nobody's going to come down on Lamont Paris after year one, but it'd be pretty disappointing to get a guy of that caliber and not make some sort of postseason. It would. I think it could serve as a game changer. I mean, it's they've pitched to him. You could be like the Jadeveon Clowney, the Alshon, like the recruit that changes the narrative around the program. And so why can't Gigi be that? You know what I mean? Even if it's, do I think Carolina is getting him? The real Carolina, by the way. Are we getting him because we just out recruited UNC and I mean, I think it sounds like we're more so going to get him because of the reclassification stuff and the way they've recruited. And so, I mean, but who cares? You got him. Doesn't matter. You got him. So, certainly it changes recruiting. I mean, I mean, he wouldn't go to South Carolina if he didn't, because he could go anywhere. There's other schools he could go to. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Yeah. It's a great question. Very well thought out question. I mean, I don't know why Lamont couldn't capitalize on it. His job to do so. I mean, I think certainly, though, it helps recruiting. There's no question. You land a guy like that. I mean, he's obviously going to be a one and done, which is cool. I hope we get more one and dones. I mean, they're really good players. These are really, really good players. So, I mean, I don't know. We don't know really anything about Lamont Paris and what his tenure is going to be like. And so, I mean, I would think it would help. I think it's momentum. I think it helps just build the program, and it's going to help you win games. It's going to help attract more players. And so if a guy like Gigi Jackson's going to go play at South Carolina, then, yeah, I'm down. I'm down. So, and I think, again, it only helps. It only helps. So, now, obviously, it's exciting times. The main thing for me, though, if you get Gigi Jackson, it makes South Carolina basketball interesting again. Like, there's not many things, I hate to say it, like, there's just not many things going into this basketball season that are very interesting. It's just like, unfortunately, like if you don't get Gigi, if you just would have proceeded as normal, I think most fans, because the basketball season starts, late October, early November, most people are going to tune it out. They're going to tune it out. They're going to be watching football. They're going to be following bowl season. And then you're going to have the month of January, and most people are probably just going to be counting down to baseball. Even as bad as baseball is, at least baseball's got expectations. I mean, it might, if you don't get Gigi, like it might be really ugly in SEC play. So at least if nothing else, it makes South Carolina interesting. Like it makes them some like must-watch TV, must-see TV, kind of like, I mean, obviously way two different programs, but kind of like what Rattler does for Carolina football. It makes us must-see TV now because everybody's like wants to know how's Spencer Rattler going to do. So we are nationally relevant now because of him. And Gigi Jackson, I think, would provide the exact same thing. So, I mean, obviously, I hope we get him. I mean, our basketball program could use a shot in the arm for sure. I mean, it's Mm. Mm. What I pick Ayton for? Oh, Eddie Fogler? Bro, I wasn't even alive when he was coaching. So you got to go ask somebody else. Yeah. That might be a better question for the guy who does the show at the nursing home. I don't know. I don't even. Bro, I don't know, man. Above my pay grade. I love Ray, though. I'm a Ray Tanner guy. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Ray Tanner's the one that wanted the AD job. So who was going to tell him no? Who was going to tell him no? He'd won 2 national titles. All right. Well, I mean, it was a lifetime achievement award. And yeah, Bobby. Yeah. Bobby Richardson, I would not have good intel on Bobby Richardson. I would not. I wouldn't have good information or good insight on Bobby Richardson. I wouldn't. Yeah. The lattes are flowing. Chardonnays are being served tonight. Chardonnays are being served. Should have never got rid of Eddie Fogler. I mean, is Eddie Fogler still alive? He is? Oh. He got canceled. Eddie Fogler got canceled? Did he get canceled? I didn't. No, hey, this is a platform to talk shit. Why not? Yeah, why not? Go back to the Metro with Eddie Fogler. Let's just go get in a time capsule. Go back in time. Eddie Fogler. Yeah. There you go. Frank McGuire. Yeah, legend. Absolute legend. Nice. Yeah. We had Alex English on the podcast before. Alex English, legend. Absolute legend, obviously. Does not get the recognition he deserves, I don't think. Why didn't he have a statue? Hall of Famer of the NBA. He don't have a statue? He did. Scorer of the 80s. Yeah. Well. You'd fit in well with our daily live show. You would. You should call him. Seriously. No, he should call him. I think so. 12 to 2, I'll give you the number. You should call him. Straight up. By the way, on a side note, basketball note, though, I thought this was interesting. No, you're good. Ronaldo Balkman was the last first-round draft pick for South Carolina basketball, 2006. So Gigi Jackson would change that. Gigi Jackson would most certainly change that, no doubt. Right. All right, we got a couple questions. My guy Lance, what's up? We got a Clemson slapdick in the comments, I think. It's all good. He does have a question, though. He said, how can South Carolina compete when you play Georgia, A&M, and Clemson every year? Well, I think Carolina's going to beat Clemson this year, so you can throw them out of that equation. Georgia and A&M, you just got to recruit. That's pretty much it. I don't know. There's not no secret sauce to it or whatever. You got to recruit and get good players and coach them up. And if you don't have as talented players as they do, you got to find a game plan that exploits their weaknesses and maximizes your strengths. And boom, there you go. There's your victory. So it's that simple. That's it. Just go do it. That's it. It's that easy. As Robbie Davis would say, just keep hitting that man till he's to the brink of death. That's it. Don't give a darn how hurt he is. That's it. Love it. 843-790-3377. Appreciate y'all coming out. Hey, shout the questions from the rooftops, my guy. We got Eddie Fogler talk in the building. If you had Eddie Fogler on your bingo card, you can go ahead and mark that off. If you had Frank McGuire on your bingo card, you can go ahead and mark that off. The Metro Conference on your bingo card. God forbid you did. Yeah. If you had Cletus T. Judd on your bingo card, yeah, we marking them all off. So that's it. That's it. Lattes are flowing. By the way, shout out Sound Guy Phil, who's back in the building. Sound Guy Phil, always doing a fantastic job. Appreciate you being out here, Sound Guy Phil. Let's see. Noah Johns, what's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Lance said the lattes are flowing on hump day. God, are they ever. God, are they ever. Are they ever. Let's see. I love it, man. I love it. People, we got 50 people tuned into the live stream, which I don't know if y'all know, but like for the Tin Roof shows, that's a lot. So you can tell, man, the football, it's in the air. You know, soon the grass will be cut. Team will be going out there for 8 a.m. practice. I mean, dude, fall camp's in 3 weeks. So pads will be popping in 3 weeks. That's it. That's it. Get ready for hell. Get ready for hell. Georgia State week 1, night game at Willie B. LED lights. It'll be nuts. It'll be nuts. I can't wait. Cannot wait. That's it. Yeah, today's pod, again, we talked defense, which, I don't know. Do you think people enjoy talking offense more than defense? I feel like they do. I feel like offense is more fun to talk about. So it's more storylines, whereas the defense is like, well, we good. That's it. But, yeah. That's it. Offense wins games, defense wins championships, but nobody's winning 10-7 anymore. I can guarantee you that. So you got to score points. And I think last year we scored like 22.4 points per game. So I think 30. I said this Monday. I think 30 points per game is the number. Stop sucking on the road. Good question. Yeah, we went 1-4 on the road last year, and we got our brains beat in a couple of times. Yeah, at the very last second against East Carolina. Yeah. I don't think – because I feel like we talked about this last year in season. I mean, again, I don't think there's any magic potion or it's – I think we played some really good teams on the road last year. But I just think also that going on – you got to be a really, really good football team to win the road. You got to be solid. I mean, you got to be a really solid team. And like I said, especially when you look at the competition we had last year on the road. So, hey, we're going to find out early. I mean, at Arkansas, nowhere to hide. At Kentucky, nowhere to hide. You got to go to the swamp. I know Florida's not going to be great, but the swamp's the swamp. What if it's at night? Swamp is the swamp. You got to go to Clemson. Vandy shouldn't be any trouble, but those road games I mentioned, it's a tough road slate. So if you can't win on the road this year, you will not have a very good season. You're going to have to win on the road. Bottom line. Electric, yeah. The 40,000 Gamecocks that'll pack out Commodore Stadium. It will be an electric environment for us. So, honestly, if there's one, we'll be doing the watch parties at Carolina Ale House. If there's one road trip I wish I was making, honestly, it's Vandy. Honestly, because I've never been to Nashville. It's basically, and I don't even want to say this, but I'm going to. It's a guaranteed win. I don't want to jinx it, but it's a guaranteed win. It's a fun weekend, The biggest risk, I mean, if, we've said before that people have every reason to stay home and not go to games anymore, right? If you say that about home games, I mean, road games, dude. I mean, road games are like the biggest roll of the dice ever because you go on the road, spend all that money, and who knows what the result will be, You might be down 28-0 in the first quarter like you were in Knoxville last year. Then you're like, what mistake did we make? Why did we come? So, but it's a good time. I am somebody. I love seeing the college campuses and the stadiums and the environments. And Georgia fan in the building. Yeah, I've never been to Ole Miss. The Grove at Ole Miss. Okay. The Grove at Ole Miss. Very good. I've heard great things about the Grove. Yeah, that's a cool spot. Arguably the best tailgating scene in college football. So, yeah, I went to LSU. That's a cool place. I mean, it was COVID. It wasn't packed, but, man, Baton Rouge was awesome. Yeah. They got chandeliers in the trees, right? Something like that? Oh, intense. Okay. I'll tell you this. If South Carolina didn't exist tomorrow and I had to pick one team in the SEC to be a fan of, I'm an LSU Tiger, man. I think LSU is a blast. They have a blast, dude. They may not win all the time, but they got a really good athletic department. Football's solid, national champions. Baseball speaks for itself. Basketball's been pretty good. They're not like terrible at anything. So, and LSU somehow makes purple work. I don't know how they make it work. They make it work. That purple and that yellow, that splash, it works, man. Their merch is fire. So, the Bayou Bengals. Why not? The real Death Valley. Well, I'll give you this. I picked Georgia to win it all last year, so I called it. I had it called. So, yeah. I hate a damn dog, but I was happy for y'all a little bit. I was right. I got a buddy of mine that works on the staff at Georgia, and I was happy for him. I was happy in a way for Georgia fans because it was Georgia Bama, and I'm like, you know what, Bama they get everything. Their fans get everything. Georgia fans have been through misery and heartache like us. I wouldn't say it because I don't know anything about Herschel Walker doing anything. All right. George Rogers did? I mean, that's his buddy. Why wouldn't he? It'd be like Connor Shaw running for mayor or something. It wouldn't matter what his stances were on anything. We'd all vote for him. Like, who wouldn't? Yeah. Yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, Shaw for president. Why not? Let's see. Lance says my prediction is that Jordan Birch is going to break through and have a 5-sack season, 50-plus tackles, another interception, and 12 batted passes. I'd like that. I'd love to see that. I think Strawn leads the team in sacks, though. I think he's a 6.5, 7-sack guy. I think he has a really big year. So I think he has a really big year. Yeah, go ahead. How many games will Clemson win? I haven't sat down and looked at their schedule game by game, but yeah, I think 10-2 is about fair. I think 10's fair. Yeah, I think 10-2 is fair. I mean, I picked South Carolina to beat them, believe it or not, and I'm not. You can ask anybody. I'm not like, oh, it's Garnet Glasses. Like I'm normally picking them to kick our ass. So I try to take all bias out of it. I think Spencer Rattler on the road, man. I think he could have one of those games, and Clemson feels mortal for the first time in a while, and they don't have a quarterback, and boom, there you go. So Clemson has 8 wins, you say? Jesus, I'd love to see that. 8-4, he says. Jesus, their people will be freaking out. I mean, I was talking to a Clemson guy here Saturday night, and their quarterback situation, they hate DJ Uiagalelei. They hate him. Can't stand him. Because he sucks, right. Clemson's team. They got a great defense. Great defense. If Clemson has a defense, they'll compete for the national championship. But they have no quarterback. So, yeah, secondary is questionable. Yeah. I mean, their D-line's got 3 All-Americans on it. So, yeah. So, Brian Dean in the chat says Clemson's going to go 7-5. Come on, bro. Their most likely losses this year, NC State, Miami, Notre Dame, and us. So, I don't know who the hell they'd lose to other than that. And they ain't going to lose all 4 of them. So, I think split the 2, 10-2. That's about right. We got to start getting a second mic here and just start passing it around to people, honestly. Or like what we should do is we should have it like on a stand like this. Have it on a stand. Have it on a stand and have it like on the corner, and it's like walk up and ask your question. See, look, Phil's just going to do it. He just said, "Yeah, I'm going to do it." So the new thing is going to be if you have a question, because then people can hear it on the live too. People can hear. Look at the real MVP. Yeah. Sound guy Phil's just like, why didn't you ask earlier? Like, that's it. Yeah. This could get really funny though. Because some people you're going to be like, all right, you can go back now. You don't need to stand there the whole time. Like, go home. Dangerous giving some people a microphone. Isn't that right, Young Boudreaux? Dangerous giving some people a microphone. Yeah. They just don't know when to shut up. They'll just keep going and going and going. You ever gone too long on a show? They ever been like, all right, no more jokes. Yeah. Yeah. Like, all right, wrap it. One more joke and we're done. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Man, you know where you're at, right? He knows where he's at, right? Oh, okay. All right. I thought he got lost on the way home. I thought he got lost. Mm. I agree. Hey, Spencer Rattler wants to play for a winner. He came here because he saw the potential that he could come here and win. So, yeah, for sure. Brent Brooks with a great question. What's Coach Beamer's thought process in choosing out the 3 Media Day representatives? So, yeah, in case you missed it, Jovan Gwynn, Dak Joyner, Zach Pickens all going. I think that Beamer wants to send veterans who have been a part of the program for a while. They've been through a lot with the program, whether it be, the coaching change or the tough seasons we've had. He wants to send guys that have paid their dues. So I respect it. Listen, I've gone on record. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it because there just is no point. But am I bummed Spencer Rattler's not going? Yes, I am. Am I happy for the guys that are going? Yes, I am. So both can be true. And now we have a microphone set up for if you want to ask a question, there it is. If you want to be brave enough to go up and ask it. And if you're going to ask a question, go up to that because then everybody can hear you, right? So, see, what's funny is nobody's going to come out to that now. It's easier to just shout it from the mountaintops. This year. Yeah. It might. I don't know if it'll catch from the distance or not. I don't know. God. See, on the Daily Crow, at least I can, control one at a time, and it's calls coming in. I can ignore people. You know what I mean? I don't mean to, but, if somebody's in the middle of it, I'm not going to be like, all right, you got to go click. So, but think this is the year? This is the year to do what? 9 wins. Okay. All right. I hope you're right. I'd love to see. I picked 8-4, so it's not that outlandish. I realize now this gentleman here is a Georgia fan. I wonder why it smelled like shit in here. Now I realize we got a Georgia fan in the building. Yeah, what that stench was. I was wondering why it smelled so bad in here. Get the fuck out of here. Get there. I was until I do that shit. Yeah, look at Bill and Chase. All right. Not all Wednesdays are built the same, are they, Chico? They're not all built the same. They're not. They're not all built the same. When you don't have a Daily Crow and you just do the Tin Roof Show, everybody just loses their minds. That's what happens. That's what happens. 843-790-3377. If you guys do want to call in, we'll take your calls, whatever questions you got. Again, we're talking Carolina football or whatever you guys really want to discuss. The G.G. Jackson rumors are heating up. Jamie Shaw saying he's 95% sure. Go ahead, Dalton. You want to ask a question?
I'd like to talk about delusional Tennessee fans.
Okay, that's fair. Go ahead. What do you got?
My question is, why did Tennessee fans think that they're national championship contenders when they're 5-5 against Vanderbilt and 6-6? in the last 12 years against us.
Yeah, I think they're holding on to the past a little bit. I think they're holding on to what they used to be. And, I mean, I don't even blame them because if I was a Tennessee fan, I'd probably be doing the same thing. I don't blame them, but the shtick gets old. The shtick gets old. I did not admit I was a Tennessee fan. I said if I was. If I was. We play the hypothetical game on this show. Hypothetically. Right? So, yeah, anyways, they're Tennessee's 5-5 against Vandy in the last decade. That is a fact. So it's until you start beating the doors more regularly, maybe just pipe down a little bit. Maybe pipe down a little bit. You know. So. Who doesn't?
The Mannings.
Oh, the Mannings, yeah. Now, the Mannings have been going for quite a while. They've been going for quite a while. Arch Manning, going to Texas? A lot of talk about Arch Manning lately. Yeah, overrated. Very overrated. Tennessee 8-8 against Carolina in the last 16 seasons. Been a very competitive series. Been a very competitive. I think it just hurts Tennessee to know they're not what they used to be. I mean, they're not. Because Tennessee used to be, elite. They used to be. They won a national championship. Early 2000s. They were elite, but, I mean, they haven't been that relevant in quite a while. Luke RJ wants y'all to take a fireball shot, by the way. He said to get the fireball going. Luke RJ provides us with some great banter, by the way. No, we don't. We don't need the fireball. Nobody in this vicinity needs it. Arch is? Arch Manning, or who is? Eli is the best quarterback.
He's the best one.
Okay.
Ever played the game.
Ever played the game? Of the Mannings, you mean? Now I know what it – see, if I was a Georgia show, this is what it would be like. If I was in Athens, this is what it'd be like. People in Athens, bro, drinking's a sport in Athens, bro.
Eli was a hell of a quarterback.
He was. Beat Tom Brady.
He was better than Peyton. I'll say that.
Better than Peyton. That's fine. That's fine.
Peyton was prized up.
By the way, Jay Morris, to your point, commented and said he lives in Tennessee. Their fans are the worst. Said, I hope and pray that we beat them this year. Brian Dean comments, hot take, Stetson Bennett should be playing for Charleston Southern. There you go. Not a lot of love for the mailman.
My question then is, why did you pick Tennessee to beat us at home?
Well, so, I mean, I think Tennessee's actually going to be solid. I don't think that – because I'm not going to pick us to win every game. I mean, they were up on us 28-0 last year in the first quarter. I think it's a close game. Now, listen, I think it's a close back-and-forth game. I just don't know if defensively we're going to be able to stop them. I think offensively, I think Tennessee is going to be a solid football team. I think they're like an 8-4 team. I don't think they're like a 10-win team. I don't think they're beating Georgia, but I think they're an 8-win team. I think they're a good team this year. So 9? Hey, from your lips to God's ears, as I like to say. I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Shake hands with this man right here because you are exactly right, sir. Shake hands with you.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
you're good.
I don't mind telling the damn truth, man. Truth's the truth.
Let's see.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll tell you one thing. I'm playing that
But,
little
I said this last year, and I'll say it again until it works out. Tennessee's got Hendon Hooker at quarterback, and I've never met a hooker that a cock couldn't tame. So Carolina will take down. Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
But the problem is, I said that before the game last year, and we got our shit kicked in. So that was one mean hooker.
We got him at home now.
Yeah, we got him at home. We got him on our home turf, right? You can use that one for your next show, Uncle Boudreaux. Friday and Saturday at the Comedy House, Decker Boulevard. What's it?
Fast Freddy.
What, 7? 6:30? Something like that? 8? 8 Friday, 2 shows Saturday. There you go. 7:30, 9:45 on Saturday. There you go. Boom. Love it. Decker Boulevard, the Comedy House. Robbie Davis will be there, the legend. What are you getting, a bourbon and Coke, Robbie Davis? Bourbon and Coke for Robbie Davis? Double bourbon and Coke?
Fast Freddy, Tyler.
Tough day, huh? I hear you.
I got one more question.
Okay.
Got nothing to do with it.
Long day on the farm. Need a double bourbon and Coke.
That guy's good.
Jeez. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know where we go from here. 1 year anniversary of the Tin Roof Show. This is a good way to do it. Go ahead.
I'd like to posit this question again. So you picked us to beat Clemson, obviously,
I did,
right?
Yeah.
Why do we beat Clemson on the road, but we lose to Texas A&M at home when they've got some question marks on the offensive side of the ball mainly? So we win the quarterback matchup there. Why do we lose to them?
Well, I mean, number one, so great question. Why am I picking Clemson as a win, A&M as a loss?
On the road.
On the road against Clemson. I picked it. I agree with you. A smart man right there. A&M, the loss is almost out of principle at this point. And I know you'd say, well, Clemson's the same thing, but we've never beaten Texas A&M in the history of ever. That could be the upset. I don't know. That could be the upset this year. I don't think the bye week gives us as much of an advantage as I'd like because they're also coming off a bye week. So what difference does that really make? I don't know, man. It's teams evolve over the course of a season, and will we be a better football team in week 12, week 13 than we are in week 7? I think so. And, again, I think it just for whatever reason feels like A&M has our number. It feels like A&M has our number for whatever reason. So, listen, streaks are meant to be broken. Maybe it's the A&M streak, but when I went through the schedule, that was a game I looked at. I did not get warm and fuzzy feelings. That's not a game I even gave second thought to. I had it listed as just an L, just flat out L. The series hasn't been close, and I know it hasn't been close with Clemson either, but when I looked at those two games, I know it's on the road. I get that, but
it's been closer with Georgia than.
We've beaten Georgia. We've beaten Georgia in recent memory. Yeah, I know. I understand. Yeah, can't believe you're in a Gamecock bar. We're talking shit about Georgia. Hard to fathom. Didn't know what he was going to sign up for, did he? Didn't know what he was getting into. 2019. It was 2019. It's been a little bit.
2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. All right, cool. Anyways. But no, that's a very fair question. And when I went through the schedule, listen, I did not sit down and look at the schedule and say, well, I've already got this record projection in mind. I've already got these wins picked in mind. I know I'm picking this upset. I'm just going to go into a blank slate. I'm going to go with my gut on each game and go from there. And when I went over A&M, it's preseason predictions. They don't – I think it's like college football. You don't just go chalk in college football. It's not as – like I talked to Phil Steele this morning. And Jake Crane's the same way. Jake, good buddy of mine that does the Crane and Company show. Hey, he's a good buddy of mine, but he's talking – when you're talking about the schedule in a manner of, well, they're going to be an underdog in 6 games, maybe 7. I think they go 6-6. Bro, college football don't play out that way. It's not going to go exactly to the spread, to the over-under, whatever. So since when has college football ever made sense? So when I went through it, I just looked at A&M, big, strong, physical team. I think they are – obviously they're recruiting extremely well under Jimbo Fisher. We have not played them worth a damn, and I've sat through some miserable games against Texas A&M. I don't get any sort of positive feelings whenever I see that game on the schedule. When it comes to Clemson, I just look at them again. I look at Clemson as it feels like to me for the first time in forever they're mortal. It's a game I have to really look at closely. Oh, I picked Georgia to beat South Carolina this year.
I think it's going to be a one possession. We're picking it close.
No, we on air.
We are on air, yes. Hey, this is you can say whatever the fuck you want on this channel. I don't really give a damn. So go ahead. Give me your worst. I'm sure I've heard worse from better. Right. That's normally what happens. But anyways, yeah. I eat crow all the time. It's called the Daily Crow for a reason. Like, literally. It's like I eat crow every day. On air. You on the radio?
No, back in the day, I hope I ain't away. I'll eat crow. I don't give a damn. I'm like Uncle Bo.
Sometimes you got to, hey, listen, even the best gamblers in Vegas only win at about a 62% clip. I mean, sometimes you got to eat crow 38% of the time, you know? So, better to eat crow than never crow at all, eh?
Well, I ain't been out there in a while. So I just said, damn.
So, somebody said in the chat that Clemson's going to lose their season opener to Georgia Tech. God, I wish. That'd be funny. I wish.
Yeah. I didn't say that.
No, somebody in the chat did. Former Gamecock receiver E.J. Jenkins will tear up the Clemson secondary. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Let's see. I hope people that are tuned in live can hear all the background banter. I hope it's coming through. I really do. Guys, on that note, let's go ahead and jump. We'll go ahead and jump into our first 5-minute break. I'm going to reload on a drink here real quick. We're continuing to take your questions, comments, calls. Again, by the way, $3 drafts, $3 rumple, $3 fireball, which I can tell many have been consumed, and we probably don't need to serve anymore. No, either way, drink them dry tonight here at Tin Roof. Hey, you know, somebody on the Tin Roof staff told me they love now, hey, they drink all you can. They love the fact you're getting blackout and they can't drink behind the bar anymore. It's just great. It's just great. No way. Scratch everything I just said. Forget it. What, they realized in corporate, they're like, well, nobody's going to work here if we don't. So. Oh, okay, good. That's good. I thought it was forever. Jason, like, I'm out. I ain't doing this shit anymore. No. This is the sign I needed to invest fully in the business. All my time. Deuces. All right, never mind. Forget what I said. All right, we are going to jump into a 5-minute break. Again, guys, $3 drafts, $3 rumple, $3 fireball. We're here until 8 o'clock at Tin Roof in the Vista, downtown Columbia. 8:30 Shag Night as well. Having a good time. And we got some celebrities in the building, too. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes. Phil, go ahead and hit the music. All righty, Phil. Appreciate you, my guy. Let's rock. Let's rock. We are back. 843-790-3377. We will take your questions, comments, calls. Appreciate y'all coming out. Things are getting rowdy at the Tin Roof in Columbia, South Carolina, in the Vista. Hell yeah. Who's that there walking down the track? It's a shit-faced Georgia fan. He's in red and black. Who would have thought? Nothing finer in the land than a drunk, obnoxious piece of shit Georgia fan. That's it. There he is. Right here in the flesh. I got him. That's it. Luke RJ has a question for someone who's in the crowd tonight. He says, can you ask Dalton what he thinks about us losing to Missouri last year and then Tennessee beating Missouri 62-24? Why does he keep asking this? I've seen this in the Big Cock Club Discord. He's asked this like 3 times. Why are y'all having some convo I'm unaware of? No? So what do you think about us losing to Mizzou than Tennessee beating Mizzou 62-24?
I think Tennessee's a solid team. We played like dog shit against Mizzou.
Dog shit.
We played like dog shit against Tennessee on the road.
Right.
We just played terrible on the road.
We played terrible on the road. We played I remember specifically the Mizzou game last year. It was the week after the Florida game. And it was like we all saw it coming. It's just like that was the most Gamecock game ever. So it's like, how do you avoid the game? That's what we should start asking. Instead of somebody asked this a couple weeks ago, what's the most likely letdown game? No, not letdown. What's the most likely Gamecock game? What's the most likely game we turn back into a pumpkin? What's the most likely game the Gamecocks do what they do best, which is break our hearts and let us all down when we get our expectations high? Which game is on the schedule? It could be Florida, at Florida. And I could see a scenario where Florida at that point's not very good. And we just, for whatever reason, and we'll be coming off of back-to-back wins against Mizzou and Vandy. And then you go into Florida, you're high and mighty, just implode. I could see it. I hate to speak that way before kickoff, but call a spade a spade. It's bound to happen, unfortunately. And then we'd beat Tennessee the next week at home. 1,000%. That's what we do. So, yeah, it can happen.
Next year.
Wait till next year.
They're going to play baseball this year. I got a hit on Cy Young. Cy Young will work with Lamar Hoyt and play King High School. That ain't no bullshit. Look it up.
I need a teleprompter or something that's like telling me what's going on.
That's damn truth, man. And Bill Landrum,
To answer Luke RJ's question, we play terrible on the road. We need to play better on the road. There are teams that we're playing on the road that we're better than, but we have to, actually give a shit when we're playing in a hostile environment.
Got to play better football, yeah. Got to be more solid. David Garrick asks, who's your pick? Arkansas, Cincinnati. I'll go Arkansas. But I think that's going to be a good game. Panic Ritter with maybe the question of the night. He says, Panic Ritter comments and says, do you know any single girls, Chris?
yeah, he's over.
Why is that being asked on these airwaves? Why? Panic Ritter, I got a piece of advice for you. We're at Tin Roof. They're all here, my guy.
Don't run
All of them. All the ones you need. I'm just trying to get him to come out. That's it. They're all over the place. Hey, Shag Nights at 8:30. They'll be here. Do a little 1-2 step, rock, step, right? Panic Ritter comments, I'm single. No shit. Why else would you be asking? I love it. I love this. I love it. Panic Ritter comments says, I can't dance. We're having some discord here that is just, I don't know. This is unexpected. I don't really know where to go here. I don't know what to say. No, he normally comments, which he actually did comment about Kingston. He said if he saw Kingston at a football game this year, he's going to give him the middle finger. So that'll show him. That'll show him for sure. That'll show him. By the way, guys, quick reminder, side note, if you're in the Columbia area or coming through Columbia, be sure to head over to Todd and More Sporting Goods to get this exact shirt or this same shirt in garnet or black. They've got the merchandise on sale, and over the next, probably within the next 2 weeks, we will be restocking at Todd and More with sizes up to 4X in these shirts. They've got currently up to extra large. So Gamecocks of all sizes will be taken care of. Small to 4X. Y'all out? Sad to see you leave.
Don't cry. Oh, you stop.
I am. I'm sad to see you leave. You, not him, but you. Right. Not him, you. As you can tell, I'm very honest on my platform. So it's fun being on this side. The lattes are. I love talking to you as well, my friend. I love talking to you as well, my friend. Yeah, man. Take care. Good stuff. Never know what you're going to get here on a Wednesday at 10 Roof. That's why we do it, though. That's why we do it, honestly. It's a good time. By the way, first time, there ain't no alcohol left in the joint either. That's it. You probably their favorite customer, too. I hate this. That bar tab looking like a phone number. You just paid the light bill for this month for 10 Roof in one tab. Yeah. I love talking to you too, my guy. All right, we got to get the phone lines up fired now, my guy. We got to get the phone. Let's see if we can get them fired up.
Call from birthday coin.
I don't know if they're working or not.
To accept, press
They might
1.
be. They might not be.
Press 2.
Check the connection. Hold on. Let's plug and unplug.
Hello.
It is working? Hold on. Let me try to. It's this guy. This is the problem. Bear with me. Okay. Whew. All right. There we go. That was Rebecca that just tried to call in, by the way. So I was trying to take the call. Let me try to test this real quick. I would love to hear from Rebecca. I'd love for everybody in this. Happy birthday to Rebecca. It is Rebecca's birthday. Hold on, let's see. All right, we're back on the phone lines. Let's see if this works.
Birthday coin.
I don't know. If it doesn't work, it's fine.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yeah, I can still put it up to the mic. Hold on. We'll try that way because I want to hear from Rebecca. Rebecca, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Rebecca, you're on the line. Go ahead.
You hear me now?
Yep. We want everybody in Tin Roof says happy birthday, Rebecca. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my birthday.
That's great. What y'all been doing?
We had a grill out and a barbecue and grill out, hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, cake and ice cream.
Beautiful. That's incredible. That sounds like a hell of a birthday party.
I'll tell you. Now I'm 32.
32. How about that? 32 years old. 32 years young. At a birthday party. Love it.
Yeah, I thought I'd call in because I know y'all are at Tin Roof. I thought, hey, it's my birthday. I should call in on that one too.
Yep, this is Rebecca's birthday week. For sure.
Yep. I thought I'll give a call in and say hello.
Well, Rebecca, I appreciate you calling in. We're glad you're having a great birthday, and yeah, always a pleasure to hear from you. So,
All right.
all right, you take care. All right, be good. Good stuff from Rebecca as always. If you couldn't guess, Rebecca lives in the great state of Tennessee. If you couldn't guess. Happy birthday, Rebecca.
She lives in Tennessee, but she hates Tennessee fans. I don't get it.
I mean, you can't, in some scenarios, a lot of them, you can't pick and choose where you live, right? You just kind of live where you live. So, I mean, there's a lot of, I hate it, there's a lot of Clemson fans live in Columbia, you know? There's, I mean, because people don't choose where they live based on their favorite college team. Some of them, a lot of them.
So I heard there's like nothing.
Well, yeah, in the city of Clemson, you're not going to live there.
Just cow pastures, can't even get gas.
Right.
Can't even get gas in Clemson. Got to go to Greenville to get gas.
Same thing with that. There's nothing
Yeah.
except the university.
There's not a gas station in Clemson.
No, got to go to
Oh, come on. There's got to be a gas station in Clemson. You got to have a gas station.
The only thing Clemson has is
Raising
Raising Cane's.
Cane's, okay.
The only Raising Cane's in the state of South Carolina.
Right, you're making me hungry just talking about that. I'm starving. I am starving. Somebody asked on the chat, have you ever been to Clinton, Chris? Yeah, well, I partied in Clinton a lot in college. Yeah, we went to the PC, like they got the frat houses or whatever set up in like a horseshoe, and it's behind the baseball stadium. We partied a lot in Clinton. Good time. Really good time. Really good time. So, had a blast. Had a blast.
You ever been to a place called Big Daddy's over there?
Big Daddy's in, I have not. Really?
Might be in Mars. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're right next to
This is why I love this Tin Roof show, because we don't talk any like Gamecock stuff hardly. Which is sometimes it's nice to just talk about the other things going on in life, you know, barbecue and drunk guys in bars and all that. And, yeah. Comedy shows this weekend. So I already know the answer to this question before I ask it to you, Uncle Boudreaux, but I'm sure you've, because you do it long enough, you've seen some people just bomb, like flat out bomb, like just not a single laugh, just bomb. Yeah, that's tough.
I won't even call. They wouldn't be.
No need to name names, but that's tough. That's tough.
Well, I was talking to Mike. I did a show one time. This guy, he bombed.
Yeah.
All right. Now I was the only white face in the building. All right. The other comedian was African American. I thought they didn't laugh at anything he said. They're gonna throw shit at me, you know, because
Right.
just thought that. And anyway, I crushed it. I mean, I killed it. So this comedian friend of mine afterward, he goes, that's like the third time I've seen you follow somebody that bombed, and you just got the crowd back and killed it. He said, what's your secret? I said, always start with something really funny. Make sure you end with something really funny. And make sure all that shit in the middle is really funny. I said, try that next time. We don't talk anymore.
Right. Okay.
I was fucking
Yeah.
right, though.
Right. You were right. You're right. No, it's and then to keep going and just keep you bomb. You just got to keep going. Some of the best in the business have bombed. Right. Everybody's bombed at some point. Everybody's bombed. Right.
I guess.
To a degree.
Yeah.
To a degree. So I don't know.
Sometimes it's like Mitch Hedberg said one time. He said, you ever heard of Mitch Hedberg?
I have heard the name. Yeah.
He said, you can't please all the people all the time. And last night, all of those people were at my show.
I love that.
Sometimes that happens.
God, I might start using that. All those people were on Twitter today.
Yeah.
When things start going awry on social media.
And Mitch is dead, so he's not going to sue you for any kind of.
Yeah, he's not going to sue you. He's dead. Okay, right, fair enough. Fair enough. John Edwards says he'd call in, but he's on vacation at Pawleys Island. Humble brag, John Edward. Yeah, drink a cerveza, John Edward. Not a bad time you're having, John Edward. Love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's see. Just double checking, making sure that G.G. Jackson hasn't committed in the last hour and a half. He hasn't. Just ears to the ground. Sources. By the way, I was going to get into this a little bit earlier, but I got sidetracked. In case y'all didn't realize, 1 week from tomorrow is the start of the TSUS tour at Carolina Ale House, at the Carolina Ale House locations. So next Thursday, literally a week from tomorrow. Yeah, July 21st, we're in Somerville. That's next Thursday. And then if you look at the schedule, you'll notice we're doing them weekly every Thursday at a different location until the week of the Georgia State game. That one will be on Tuesday, and that one will be here in Harbison, the Columbia location in Harbison. And so the TSUS tour at Ale House is going to be kind of like this in the sense of I don't really have like time set of when I'll take questions because we're going to start at 6 o'clock for each and every single one of those. They want to start during the happy hour, obviously, promote that. But it's going to be a time to fellowship, hang out. I'm going to have swag on me, merch. There will be merch for sale. We've actually got a big call Tuesday with Carolina Ale House and the Milson Coors, I believe it is, folks. But the vendors who are going to print the merch that we're going to give for free to people. We'll have koozies for sale. I'll have stickers on me. Also, right now as we speak, we're currently getting printed the Beamer Ball Rally towels. The Beamer Ball Rally, like this on it. It'll probably be an all garnet, though, not garnet and black, but white towels, Beamer Ball on it. We'll have at the Spurs Up show, obviously, but like the white towels you get going into Willie B, they're going to be exactly like that, but they're going to have Beamer Ball on them, which I think is really cool. Yeah. Yes. And that's the point of getting them printed, too. I'll have them on me at every single tailgate along with the koozies. $5 a pop, just in and out, boom. I think that's pretty fair. So, yeah, we'll have them on sale, $5 a pop, $5 for a koozie, $5 for a towel, whatever. I think it'll be a cool thing because, like I said, you can get free towels at every game, but who doesn't want a Beamer Ball towel? It's just something different, cool, unique. It's better. I'd argue it's better. It's just flat out better. That's it. So, again, next Thursday we're at Somerville. The following we're at Myrtle Beach. I think at this point I've memorized the schedule. 21st, we're at Somerville. 28th, we're at the Dirty Myrtle. August, I believe it's the 4th. Let me just pull up the schedule. The 4th, we are at downtown Greenville. 11th, this is in August, we're at Fort Mill. The 18th, we're in Augusta, my old stomping grounds. The 25th, we're back in Greenville, but with the Woodruff Road location. And the 30th, which is a Tuesday, the week of the Georgia State game, we are at the Harbison location in Columbia. So it's going to be a good time, man. I'm looking forward to it. I really appreciate those Carolina Ale House folks rocking with me, man. That's a, when I take a step back and look at it and the growth of the business and the evolution, I mean, that's a hell of a partnership, man. I mean, I grew up going to Carolina Ale House and never in my wildest dreams, but I thought I'd be partnered with them and doing business with them and throwing watch parties and now the tailgates and the tour. And it's crazy, man. It's something like, when you manifest things and you speak them into existence. And, years ago I was thinking about, I saw Shane Beamer, and at that time I saw Will Muschamp going on their coaching tours in the summer when they go talk to people. And I just thought to myself, like, how cool would that be to be able to get out of Columbia or wherever, out of wherever I was and go around the state and meet people from each part of the state and shake people's hands and hang out and talk Gamecocks. And now we're doing it. So, and we're not going to have like this extravagant setup. I'm not going to be streaming anything, but the plan is to each show, I'm basically just going to bring along a speaker, a mic, and if there's enough people where we need that setup, I mean, if there's just like 3 or 4 people, we'll just talk and congregate and whatever. But if we got 10, 15 people, we'll just do like a little 30-minute Q&A and talk Gamecocks and, whatever. So, and either way, we'll just have a good time hanging out, chilling, fellowship. It'll be a great time. So I'm really looking forward to it. Anybody and everybody that comes out, man, I appreciate it already. I know it's going to be a huge success. I know it's going to be something that we're going to have a lot of fun. And, yeah, I appreciate it. So Vanilla Gorilla on YouTube says, go Gamecocks, take a shot for Rebecca's birthday. I don't drink anymore, but if I did, I would. Keith, with a football-related question, God forbid, what position makes the biggest improvement this year? Got to be quarterback. Flat out. Phil Steele went as far today as to tell me that he thinks South Carolina's quarterback position is one of the most improved position units from year to year of any team in college football, South Carolina's quarterback room. So, yeah, I think it has to be.
Well, launching off of that question, there are many people who would say that Spencer Rattler is overrated because he couldn't play in Oklahoma's offensive system, which was designed, specifically for the quarterback to be able to make plays. And they say, if he couldn't, quote unquote, cut it there,
Right.
what makes you think he's going to be able to go to the SEC with better defenses and play with less talent on the offense and perform better?
I think the curious case of Spencer Rattler is we just all forget what he did in his first year, where he led Oklahoma to the Big 12 championship and was like the Heisman caliber guy we all grew accustomed to and knew. And I don't know that we give enough credit to how much of a mess OU was behind closed doors. I mean, Spencer Rattler himself said it was toxic. Most believe Lincoln Riley had one foot out the door as soon as that Southern Cal job came open. But, hey, did Rattler not play good football last year? He didn't. He got benched. But I'm just not allowing last year to totally wipe away year one. Sure, this is a prove-it year for Rattler. This is a prove-it year. He needs to prove the doubters wrong and show that he wasn't mistakenly, given this hype and this hoopla of being a Heisman Trophy caliber guy and a first-round draft pick. But what's undeniable with Rattler is the talent. He's got the talent. Arm talent's incredible. There's a reason he was a 5-star player, one of the most highly sought-after players in his class. And so, and like I've said before, the big thing, you mentioned if he can't do it at Oklahoma and against those defenses and all that, I think you got to believe the talent's just going to shine through, and the talent's what's going to stand out. And again, was he really in the best possible position to succeed at Oklahoma last year? I don't know that he was with the Lincoln stuff going on and the madness.
I disagree with them for people who say that for the record.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it's right. It's whatever you want to call it.
That's the narrative.
You want to call it fair criticism, fine. I mean, people ask, where does the excitement come for Rattler? And I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. For me, say whatever you want. You can, even if you're a Gamecock fan, if you're a Rattler doubter, you're a Rattler hater. That's fine. That's fine, right? Whatever. The fact of the matter is this, though. I don't care if you don't think he's a Heisman Trophy candidate. Cool. But he's so much better than anybody we had last year. Like, the upgrade at that position is so absurd. That's why I'm excited. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need him to go win the Heisman to prove to me he's a good player. Like, Spencer Rattler has a different set of things to prove to the national landscape than he has to prove, like, to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need him to go win the Heisman or be a first-round pick for me to say, oh, well, he met expectations.
I think
right?
fans already believe in him. His teammates already believe in him. Coaches already believe. Everybody here.
Right. It's just become the popular thing to shit on Spencer Rattler, right? It's become the popular thing. But I love people that say, oh, he's overhyped. I don't think Rattler's getting a ton of hype, dude. He didn't even make a preseason all-conference team. We're talking about a guy that was the favorite to win the Heisman last year. Like, do you think he's really getting hyped like that? I mean, because he's being listed the 5th best quarterback in the SEC. Some people say he's the 6th. That's not hype to me. I mean, that is the bare minimum of hype. Like, are South Carolina fans excited? Yeah. And are there some South Carolina fans that get hype and pick a team to go 9-3 or 10-2? They shouldn't. Sure, it happens, but I don't think the hype is outrageous. I think there's more doubters than there are people hyping him up. Am I wrong? I don't know. I feel like there's more skepticism around Rattler than there is hype. So we'll see. But I feel as confident in the quarterback position as I've felt since the Shaw and Thompson days, and that's saying something, and I think it does say something, and it means something to have a quarterback that gives you a chance each and every single week you play. I mean, listen, I think Georgia's much more mentally talented than you. I think A&M's on another level. You could even argue the Clemson game. But every time Spencer Rattler takes the field, I'll feel like we have a chance. If things break right and he just has that type of day where he's on, he has that Steve Spurrier effect where it's like each and every single week you feel like you've got a shot because of the guy on your sideline, the guy wearing your colors. So that's what Rattler does for you. And the rest of it's gravy to me. Does he win a Heisman? Like, whatever, dude. Like, who cares? Can he lead South Carolina football to, overachieving expectations, which Vegas has set at 6 or 6.5 or whatever. And so can he lead the Gamecocks to a 7 or 8 win season? I think he's more than capable of doing that. So that's where my excitement for Rattler comes. And I can't wait to watch him ball, man. I mean, listen, I wouldn't put his name on a freaking T-shirt. I wouldn't put his name on a flag. I wouldn't, if I didn't think he was going to be good or I thought he had the potential to be really good, I'm excited. I believe in Rattler. I believe in what he can do for us. So, yeah.
Well, sort of my next thing I'd like to focus on is out of the running backs that we have in our running back room, Christian Beal-Smith, Juju McDowell, and Marshawn Lloyd, which one do you think is going to take a bulk of the carries, and how successful as a unit do you think that position is going to be? Because obviously last year we thought the running back room was going to be our strength. The only way that we would win games is if we could move the ball on the ground, and our offensive line sort of failed us there. So do you think that one of those players is going to take a step up, and do you think that we're going to have success on the ground? Because if you don't have a solid running game, you're not going to be able to open up the passing attack for Rattler and the other guys.
Yeah, you need that run game to complement Spencer Rattler, right? I mean, that's a quarterback's best friend. It's a lot more fun to play quarterback when you're in 2nd and 2 versus 2nd and 12, right? So it makes everything much easier. A lot of that question you just asked is it comes back to Marshawn Lloyd and his health. Is he the guy we think he's going to be? Is he, back as close as possible as his normal self? I listed Christian Beal-Smith as the starter just going into week 1. I mean, that it doesn't even hardly mean anything. I think him being the veteran guy, led Wake Forest in rushing last year. I mean, he's the most proven option you got by far. It's not even close. Marshawn Lloyd's never led a team in rushing nor come anywhere close to doing so. But does that mean Marshawn Lloyd couldn't be RB1 by week 3? That's not what that means. So I hope Lloyd pans out. I really do. So highly touted. We had him on the show when he first committed and signed with South Carolina, and he's a great kid, great dude. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove all the doubters wrong. He wants to prove Gamecock fans right for us being so excited to watch him play. And I think that's one thing that I won't say it gets him in trouble, but what I noticed last year, even beyond the injury, was you can tell he's trying to hit the home run damn near every time he touches the football, and that's great. I mean, I want to see him hit the home run. He's going to hit the home run at some point. He's got the ability. But a lot of times what it caused is he just try to bounce everything outside, and he's you can't do that at this level. He's losing 2-3 yards. He's fumbling the football, and you're not going to hit the homer every time. Singles and doubles work, though. Like getting 3-4 yards a pop. Right, beautiful, right? Getting 5 yards a carry is a beautiful thing. So, being a productive running back, I think, should be Marshawn Lloyd's number one focus. The long touchdown runs, because I can just tell he wants to so badly show everyone, he's that dude. And I really believe just focus on being a productive running back. And I'm certainly not telling Marshawn Lloyd how to play the running back position, but the overall mentality, man, just focus on being a productive running back. Those long touchdown runs, those breakout runs, I think they'll come, right? They'll come, but you're not going to do it every time you touch the ball. And in the meantime, if you're not running for 70-yard touchdowns, you better not being stopped. Better not be being stopped behind the line of scrimmage. You better not be losing the football. That's something you can't live with, right? If you're getting 3-4 yards of carry, you'll stay on the field. You'll be our guy. But you got to do that in the meantime. You know what I'm saying? So I like Beal-Smith a lot, though. I think he can be a big-bodied back, short yardage guy. Juju McDowell is really the wild card. I don't have crazy expectations of Lavoisier Carroll. I mean, the guy played defensive back last year, but was one of the most highly touted running backs in his class, I guess, right? So, which I don't know why Georgia thought it was a good idea to put him at DB, but another athlete that could help you. But I'm excited for Juju, too. I think Juju is the most underrated player on our offense. I don't think he gets talked about nearly enough, and all he does is every time he touches the ball, he, 10 yards a pop. So I like Juju McDowell's game a lot, man. I think Juju is I don't know that he's a 20 to 25 carries per game type of guy, but I think certainly he could be a big-time impact player for us. So I'm excited for Juju. How do they use him? That'll be Sat's number one objective in this season. Sat's number one objective is how do you use the pieces you have? Because you got some talented pieces. You got some playmakers, but there's a lot of guys that need to touch the football. A lot of guys. So how do you divvy up touches? I've thought about running that poll, creating that piece of content on social media, and I guess we can do that right here. If you were the South Carolina offensive coordinator, let's just go down the list of guys that need to touch the football. Josh Vann, Antoine Wells, Jaheim Bell, Austin Stogner. You go to the running back room, Christian Beal-Smith, Juju McDowell, Marshawn Lloyd, right? Who else am I missing? DeCarrion Joyner needs to touch the football. Did I mention Juju McDowell, right? Lavassier Carroll could touch it. Trey Kenyon could touch it. So my question would be, hey, Xavier Legette I didn't mention could touch it. Corey Rucker. How do you divvy up the touches? Are there certain guys, he's got to touch it 5 to 10 times a game. He's got to touch it 8 to 12 times a game. How do you divvy it up? Does it depend on matchup? Does it depend on opponent, right? It's not as easy as it looks, you know what I mean? It's not as easy as it sounds. So how would you divide carries up? How do you divide touches up to best set yourself up for success? Right? And that's the challenge Satterfield has, and that's why he's getting paid the big bucks, and he better get the job done, or we're going to be in this position next year with a new offensive coordinator, hopefully somebody that can figure that out. So, Phil, let's jump into a 5-minute break real quick. One last break, and then we'll go about another 20 minutes, and we'll let the Shag Night folks take over. But yeah, $3 drafts, $3 Rumple, $3 Fireball. Great food as well. Don't sleep on the food at Tin Roof. And I'm gonna smash some after this. The what? The tots, loaded tots. Did you get chili on those tots? No chili on the loaded tots. Yunka Boudreaux said he didn't want a smelly ride home. That's it. All right, cool. Stick around. Tin Roof in the Vista. Yeah. Sound guy Phil, hit the music. We're back in 5. All right, sound guy Phil, appreciate you, my guy. We're going to get after it for a little bit longer, and then we're going to get out of here. Appreciate y'all coming out. Again, $3 drafts, $3 rumple, $3 fireball. Appreciate y'all coming out. Tin Roof in the Vista, downtown Columbia. Real quick, my guy, Yunkel Boudreaux. You want to plug the show? You want me to do it? Got some comedy shows this weekend. Tell me where they.
Three shows this weekend. One Friday at 8 o'clock. Saturday, 7:30, 9:45. I'll be performing with Cletus T. Judd. Hadn't done much since '98, but he's back killing it. $15 tickets at the door. That's on Decker Boulevard, Comedy House this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Come laugh your liver loose.
Comedy House, Decker Boulevard, my man. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Go check it. And I've gone to a show. If someone that's gone to a show, I can attest. It's a good time. It's a very good time. Very funny, honestly. Very funny, truly. Let's see. Yeah, happy birthday, Rebecca. Rebecca, of course, on brand in the chat saying the Tennessee Vols can kiss her ass. Indeed, that's a fact. That's a fact. I do want to say this as we sit up here a year to the week. I don't know if it's exactly a year to the date, but a year to the week that I sat up here and did the first Tin Roof show. And now we sit here a year later. I just want to say thank you to each and every single person that has supported along the way, that has come out, that has asked questions, that has interacted, that has tuned in digitally, man. Thank you all so much. A year, it's crazy. Time flies and you're having fun. And appreciate Corey for giving me the opportunity and all the guys at Tin Roof for embracing me here. And it's been a pleasure, man, truly. And looking forward to many, many more. And, yeah, it's just been an absolute blast, man. It's crazy. This has become such an integral part of my week-to-week routine, and such a piece of content that I value, and just such a great opportunity to come out and such a fine establishment. And, never did I ever dream a little bit over a year ago to the date that I'd see my flag hanging up in Tin Roof, stickers on the bar, and yeah, it's just wild. It's wild, man. So appreciate everybody hanging out. Appreciate everybody supporting and showing love. And this is just the beginning. So continue to take your questions, your comments. Anyways, we talked defense on the podcast today. I know we've been talking a lot of offense this week, but there's the other side of the ball as well, defense. And I'm excited for Clayton White's group. I think the big question surrounding them is just the simple fact that, because I looked at this unit, you look at the returners. I mean, we return a very strong core, very strong nucleus of guys at all three levels. I think up front you got a Zach Pickens leading on the inside. By the way, on that note, you'll hear this on the Friday podcast, but Phil Steele actually told me, he obviously spoke with Shane Beamer, and he speaks with every coach. But Shane Beamer apparently told him that he felt like, and this is paraphrasing, but Shane Beamer felt like defensive tackles are the strongest position group on our team. Apparently, Coach Beamer said we are 6 or 7 deep at the tackle spot. So, yeah, which was not something I expected to hear, and hopefully Phil Steele isn't just blowing smoke on my ass, but that's what he said. That's what he said. So, taking his word for it. Yeah, I mean, you think Zach Pickens, Boogie Huntley, Rick Sandage, Tonka Hemingway, MJ Webb, Birch could slide inside. I mean, you got guys up front, right? Jordan Strawn on the edge. Brad Johnson's back as an edge guy. You got Terrell Dawkins coming in from NC State that I think could probably play a little bit of inside, outside, whatever. I think I mentioned Tonka Hemingway. I don't know that he played a ton last year. But either way, you got options. You got options. Can you stop the run? That's the question.
I don't think, you talked about it on the podcast, I don't think we're going to average that many turnovers.
Yeah, and that's the big question with the defense is you rely, and I posted a clip about it on social media a little bit earlier. You relied so heavily on the turnovers. I mean, you look at last year, like you didn't just get a lot of turnovers. You got turnovers when you needed them. And I'm not saying you won't do that again. You very well might. It might be a staple of the Clayton White defense that every time this defense needs a stop or a turnover, it gets it. But you look at that season and all the things that broke the right way to lead to a 7-6 year, there were turnovers that would undoubtedly literally change the way that season played out. I mean, I think the biggest play of the season last year that doesn't get talked about a lot because of the opponent was Damani Staley's pick 6 in the ECU game. I completely changed the game before halftime. What East Carolina was thinking with like a minute left before the half when they're up 14-6 on us or something. Why they don't just take the lead in the half, I don't know. But that completely changed the game. David Spalding with the pick 6 against Troy changed the game. You only won by 9, right? The interception at the end, yeah. And then you think about, games that I think South Carolina probably still beats Florida, but Jabari Ellis's scoop and score was a huge play in that game, right? It almost kind of put the nail in the coffin early in that one. So, you benefited greatly on turnovers last year. And so it's just one of those things where I think we're still going to force turnovers, but if we don't get them at the rate in which we got them last year, will we still be a good defense and good enough to get the stops we need? So I don't think we take a step back defensively. I think we're kind of right where we were last year, 23, 24 points per game. I want to believe the run defense gets a little better. I don't think it's top half of the conference, but you were 11th in the SEC last year. That's just not good enough. So right. I mean, it's so demoralizing as a defense when you can't stop the run. Because you think about it. Think about the other side. When we can run the football and we can run it at will, you can do whatever you want. They can't stop the run, right? When you as a defense can't stop the run, it's just such a demoralizing feeling. And so I with Sherrod Green's return and Mo Kaba's a year older and Brad Johnson's a year older and Stone Blanton gets thrown in the mix and I really hope that we see that group take a major, major step. And then you think of the guys in the interior, too, again, with Pickens and Huntley and Sandage. And you should have some dudes. You got some dudes, man, for sure. So, I think the secondary will be fine. I don't think we're going to be top 10 in the country again in pass defense. I honestly actually hope we aren't. Because as Brad Long pointed out, when teams aren't having to throw, it's just because they aren't having to throw because they can run the ball every play. They don't. Right. Beatty ran for 240 in that game, again, in the Mizzou game. Sure, we gave up 120 passing yards. They didn't have to throw, right? So, yeah. So, you know what I love about this is, we're having conversation in the live chat. All they're doing is just shit-talking with Clemson people back and forth. Just a completely different conversation. Completely different combo. So, shout out to y'all. I love it. Love to see it. Yeah, great stuff. 843-790-3377, guys. We'll go for probably about, let's see, probably about 8 more minutes or so, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll let these Shag Night guys get up here. 8:30, I believe Shag Night will get going. 1-2 step, rock step. Great night to have a night at Shag Night. Bring your date out, whatever. Might get Chico out from behind the bar, do a little 1-2 step. Might, yeah. Hey, I'm not doing it either, my guy. I'm not doing it either. Let's see. Yeah, my guys at Crane and Company think that South Carolina's going 5-7, which is just bad.
Even with the Rattler upgrade.
Well, Robbie, that's the prediction for this year's team, which has Spencer Rattler on it. So I'll tell you this: we may not go 8-4 as I've predicted. That might not happen, but I'd put a pretty good sum of money on the fact we're going to win more than 5 games. Yeah, I'd be shocked if this team misses a bowl game. Shocked. I'll put it this way. I will be a new level of hurt and disappointed as a Gamecock fan if we don't make a bowl game with Spencer Rattler's quarterback. I will. It will be a new level for me. It will. But I'm saying, we don't go to a bowl game. I will be crushed, honestly. Crushed.
I would be too. But the Gamecocks always let me down. It's not new.
Well,
It's not new.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a very good point. Gamecocks do let us down pretty frequently. So, yeah. We'll see, but I'd be shocked. That's why I've said if you can get the over-under for Carolina at 5.5, bet as much as you can reasonably afford to lose on it.
It's juiced on the over, though.
Oh, of course it is, because it's a stupid play. It's a stupid number. If you want even money, I think 6.5 is the number. I think 6.5 is a fair number. If you want even money, or as close to even as you can get. Once you get to 7, I think you're going to have a lot of folks hammering the under. I think 6.5 is fair. I think 6.5 is a fair number. That's what I'd put it at. Maybe I should become a bookie. Why not? You need a book?
Call them up.
Yeah. I'll become your new bookie, Dalton.
I don't think I need one.
No? You need to stop. You need to stop.
I need to stop.
Let's see. Jesus Christ. Just some of the DMs I get are just ridiculous. Some of them are ridiculous.
Jackson watch over.
GG Jackson watch?
It's not over.
Per sources? I mean, I'd be shocked at this point if he's not a Gamecock. All the smoke.
I think it will happen.
You know.
It's like I'm tired of waiting on the
Well, I mean, yeah. Let me give Gigi a call. Hey, we're tired of waiting. Can you go ahead and drop it?
Go to his house.
Yeah. Can you? We need you to go ahead and drop it. We're tired of waiting, Gigi. We're tired of waiting. I know it's your college decision and all, and it's where you're going to play ball, but we need to know. This isn't fair. Give us the good news we seek, Gigi. Bro, you know what? I'll tell you this. I'm trying to think of like what would be awesome merch for Gigi Jackson if he does indeed commit here. Because we can't put Gamecocks on a T-shirt. Because I was going to say, good Gamecocks is a great T-shirt. I mean, it's incredible. The 2 G's. I don't know what you could do. Oh, they've got that. USC's got Gamecocks trademarked, 1,000%. But I've got Beamer Ball trademarked. So who's really winning? Jacksonville State? I don't know, but maybe they've got something worked out with them. But I'm pretty sure. I know for a fact Gamecocks is trademarked. Yeah. Now, like you could put South Carolina on a shirt. That's obviously that's the name of a state. But Gamecocks, oh yeah. Like on merchandise and memorabilia, oh yeah, it's trademarked. That's why none of my merch says Gamecocks on it. It says Yardcocks, right? I haven't made Courtcocks merch. It's if you look at my content and our merch, it's so painfully evident how we feel about basketball. Because my basketball merch makes up for like 5% of all the merch I've ever made. Like literally, I think Shooter Shoot's the only basketball merch I've ever made. Oh yeah, women's basketball. Yes, let me not be. Let me be respectful. Yes, the women's basketball merch is fire. By the way, it's fire. I'm just saying that, like, you even look at my studio in the background, the setup, like, there ain't a whole lot of basketball stuff in the studio. There's just not. I mean, I hate that, but I don't know. I mean, not a whole lot of things to flaunt for the basketball team, basketball program. So.
It's tough, but if we get Gigi, the place is going to be packed out. We're going to be rocking.
Vanilla Gorilla says, I've noticed everyone that's a Gamecocks YouTuber says McDowell isn't a 20 to 25 carry back. I think he can be whatever you make him to be. He's explosive. Reminds me of Dexter McCluster. I mean, I just look at his body and his build. And could he take that beating that running backs take? And I think is Juju really going to run between the tackles and get tough yards? And he could be a 15 carry a game guy. I mean, I don't know. Do you see him as RB1? Just put out there who's productive. I don't really give a damn, but like
when he gets the ball though, he's explosive.
Oh, he's very explosive. Very.
But I mean, he's not a grinder like that.
Right. Is he a guy? Let me put it this way. Because what makes the great running backs great is by their 25th carry is better than their first. Like they get better as games go on, right? They get into the game or whatever, and I don't know. Maybe Juju could be that guy, but is he that guy? I don't know. But he's a very vital piece to our offense, and I think he will touch the football a lot this year, and I think he'll be extremely explosive for us. So, dude, I'd love to see him slide the slot, get him involved in the passing game some. He's just a dude that needs to touch the football, bottom line. So, yep, needs to touch the football. Yeah, on that note, guys, we'll probably go ahead and wrap it up. Appreciate y'all coming out. Like I said, tip your bartenders, by the way. Take care of those guys. They do a great job. 1 year at 10 Roof in the books, man. It's crazy. It's the joys and the journey, as I say. Time flies when you're having fun. Truly incredible. It's a fact, Robbie. It's a fact. Coach Davis has spoken. I got you. We're working on the Tennessee hate merch. Yeah. My guy Dalton's trying to get on ESPN. Desperately trying to get on ESPN.
We got 3 home games against Tennessee in 3 different sports. We're playing at home baseball.
That's true. Basketball and football. That's a very, very, very good point. So, like I said, guys, stay tuned to all the content. No Daily Crow tomorrow and Friday because I am busy with many things. My brother's in town from the Army. First time we've seen him in 6 months, and he will be leaving Saturday. So trying to maximize. If I was only moving, I probably would have done the Daily Crow today and would have done it Friday or whatever. Probably would have done it all throughout the week. But haven't seen my brother in 6 months, and God knows when we'll see him again. So we're going to try to spend as much time as we can with him and all that. But podcasts will drop as normal and content bleeding out the eyeballs as always. And we'll be back here next week, and the Carolina Ale House tour begins next week, and we're counting down the days to kick off SEC Media Days next week. A lot of exciting stuff. So really, really good time. All right, we're going to go and wrap it up. Again, we do this each and every single week, 6 to 8 at 10 Roof, 12 to 2, Monday through Friday, live show. Check it out, podcast, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All the merch, Todd Moore, go get it. Y'all know the drill. Appreciate y'all coming out. Sound guy Phil, take us into the night. Y'all stay around Shack Night. I'm Chris Phillips, Spurs Up Show. Appreciate y'all.